Shalom, shalom. Kal halalam ya hawa bahashem Yahweh Shai bahashem hakwadash. Welcome to another video. But before I get started, I want to give all praise. I want to give all honor. I want to give all glory to the name of the Heavenly Father, Yahweh bahashem Yahweh Shai bahashem hakwadash. A double honors to the apostles, the bishops, the elders, and all the teachers of Great Millstone who rule and teach well. Peace and salutation to the elect man who's pushing this word throughout the four corners of the earth. To you, I say shalom. Today's message: the deceptive power of information used by Esau, Edom, the real gatekeepers of information. That's who they are. Today, a lot of people scroll social media. Even my mom is on social media, right? Watch TV, and they get news thinking that they're actually seeing the truth, thinking that they're actually seeing everything. But lo and behold, I'm here to bust your bubble. A lot of the information that you see on social media, a lot of the information that you see on the news, in fact, all the information that you see on the news are lies. They are not the truth. Why are they not the truth? Because why would these people feed you the truth when the truth actually goes against them? Why would they do such a thing? They're not going to do that. So I'm here today to tell you that social media and the news that you watch, these podcasters, a lot of them are spitting false and fake information, right? The real information that you're supposed to be seeing is coming from the men of GMS and their affiliates. And these information is coming directly from the Holy Bible. It's considered prophecy, end time prophecy, and who you are as a people, whether you be an Edomite or you be an Israelite or of any other nation. We're here to tell you who you are, right? Now, I want to get into this video real quick. It's about 2 minutes long.
Israelis have effectively taken over American media. Bari Weiss is the owner of the Free Press, which she just recently sold to CBS News for $150 million. Not a small amount of money. Plus, she gets elevated to editor-in-chief of CBS News. This is David Ellison. This is the son of Larry Ellison. He is the CEO of Paramount. She is actually going to be reporting directly to David Ellison, bypassing traditional network leadership structure. David Ellison, the son of Larry Ellison, the largest single donor to the IDF, and he is the largest shareholder in TikTok. Larry Ellison and family own Paramount Skydance, a massive corporation which holds these brands. Look at all these brands that are under the Paramount Skydance banner, and the Ellison family owns now all of these brands. They control CBS, including CBS News, MTV, Nickelodeon, BET, Miramax. The list goes on. Now, you might not remember Bari Weiss. She called Tulsi Gabbard a toady, saying that she was an Assad apologist. Bari Weiss is extremely pro-Israel. Obviously, the Israelis hated Assad. They really wanted to topple Assad. Calls her a toady. Doesn't even know what a toady is.
She's an Assad toady.
What does that mean?
She is
What's a toady?
I think that I used that word correctly. Jamie, can you check what toady means?
This wasn't a well-deserved promotion to editor-in-chief of CBS News. She's a Netanyahu toady. To use her own words, she's a Netanyahu toady. Now she's running CBS News, and it gets worse. You thought this was bad enough. It actually gets worse. Let's talk about Warner Brothers Discovery. These are all the brands under the Warner Brothers Discovery brand. You've got, of course, Warner Brothers, TNT, Food Network, HBO, TBS, TLC, CNN, HBO Max, HGTV, Discovery Channel, Animal Planet, New Line Cinema. Well, guess who's about to buy it? The Ellisons. How is this even allowed? How are they allowed to acquire practically all of American media and social media and run it under their Israeli thumbs? How is this even allowed? They already control too much, and they're not loyal to America. It is shameful. It is treasonous. We cannot allow them to control an ounce more.
Yeah. So why control the media? Why control all the media? Why? Because they want to shift the public's perspective, right? Because it says whoever controls the narrative controls public opinion. They control the economic behavior. They control the political loyalty, social unity or division. And this is how they get control, full control of a society. This is exactly what they did in Germany back in the day. And this is what they're doing again today. Today, the ownership of these media, now you're going to see the information shift. Now you're going to see Amos 3 and verse 11. Let me grab that. This is, no, sorry, Amos 8 and 11. So this is Amos 8 and 11. It says, Behold, the days come, saith the Lord, Yahweh, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor thirst for water, but of hearing of the words of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai. Now, why is this important? Why is Amos 8 and 11 important? The reason why Amos 8 and 11 is important is, for one, the Mosai is the one who's in control, right? The Mosai is the one who has written or who has spoken about all of these prophecies. And Amos 8 and 11 is a prophecy that must be fulfilled, right? But how is the Mosai going to fulfill this prophecy? Well, first of all, the Mosai have given all power to them so-called Edomites, starting with the Amalekites, right? He has given them all power to do whatever they want to do at this moment, right? So the famine of the word is going to come through all of these people who control the media. First of all, YouTube is already owned by a small hat, right? So if we are proclaiming to be the true biblical Israelites of the Bible, who are these people? So of course, eventually they're going to take us off the internet. They're going to let us stop spreading the true news of the Bible. They're going to block us from saying what we want to say. Actually, what we are saying is of the Bible. So they're going to block us from saying that. Why? Because now we are creating a narrative. We're exposing who they are. Right? This is exactly what's going on. We're exposing who they are. But hey, guess what? We're not the ones behind it. Yahweh or Yahweh Shai are the ones behind it, exposing who they are while bringing out prophecy. Right? Now, I want to jump into this one. Revelation 13 and 5. It says, And there was given unto him a mouth speaking great things and blasphemies. Now, a mouth speaking great things. Now, a lot of these people, they don't have to say shit out of their mouth, right? They don't have to say anything. But the mouth that's speaking here is the internet, right? YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. These are mouthpieces for people, right? So what they're going to do, they're going to block the true information coming from the prophets of Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushai, and now do what? Distort the information to make themselves look like they are the true people of the Bible, right? To make themselves more glorified, to put themselves in a better position, because right now the narrative is not looking too good for them. So they have to do these things. Like I said, though, the Mosai is the one who's behind all of this, but these people have the power to do it because the Mosai gave them the power to do it. Right? It says, and there was given unto him a mouth speaking great things and blasphemies. Of course, now blasphemies is what they have done from day one. They have painted over the Mosai's picture and his image, making him look like he's a so-called Edomite, right? Giving him a new name, Jesus and God, when his name is Yahweh Shai and Yahweh, right? And it says, and power was given unto him to continue 42 months. So he has a short time that he has to continue, right? His power, his rule is going to be for a short time, not much longer, right? Now this is verse 6, and it says, and he opened his mouth in blasphemy against God, right? We've seen this. They changed his name, changed his skin tone, calling themselves God, putting themselves in the seat of God, right? This is what these people have done to blaspheme the name of the Most High, right? They blasphemed his name, like I mentioned, and his tabernacle. Who are his tabernacle? Now they themselves have put themselves in our place, calling themselves the true people of God. That's blaspheming his tabernacle. And them that dwell in heaven, calling themselves the Savior, angels, and all that. We've seen this. Verse 7, and it was given unto him to make war with the saints and to overcome them. And power was given him over all kindreds and tongues and nation. We've seen what they did throughout the land. We've seen the control that they have. We've seen what they did to all the people on the earth. We know, everybody knows. But of course, they're buying all these social media platforms to distort the truth, to make it look like what you have seen is not the truth, that what you have seen was a lie. But you can't fool us. Say you can't fool all the people all the time, but yeah, something like that. I don't remember how it goes. Yeah. Now, where am I going? Oh, yeah, Revelation 17 and 1. So this is Revelation 17 and 1. It reads, "And there came one of the seven angels, which he had the seven vials, and talked with me, saying unto me, Come hither, I will show unto thee the judgment of the great whore that sitteth upon many waters." Now, who is that great whore that sitteth upon many waters? Right? That great whore is who we call today as Babylon the Great, which is America. Right? That's who sitteth upon many waters. Because if you go back over here and read verse 7, it says, "And it was given unto him to make war with the saints and to overcome them, and power was given unto him over all kindreds and tongues and nations." So this is how he sitteth upon many water, because the power was given unto him to rule over the entire earth. Right? Revelation 17 and 1. "And there came one of the seven angels which he had the seven vials, and talked with me, saying unto me, Come hither, I will show unto thee the judgment of the great whore that sitteth upon many waters." So, of course, he's going to be judged, or she's going to be judged for what she has done throughout the entire earth. Now, this is verse 2, "With whom the kings of the earth have committed fornication." So, all these rulers across the face of the earth have drunken the wine of America's fornication. Right? What they have done, they have believed in her philosophy. Right? They have committed so many atrocities have been done throughout the land. And these kings, these rulers, they have a part to play in it, man. They have a part to play in it, right? And the inhabitants of the earth have been made drunk with the wine of her fornication. So who's the inhabitants of the earth? It's speaking about you simpletons. You simpletons are the inhabitants of the earth. You are drunk with the wine of her fornication. Because if that wasn't the case, why are you killing yourself from Haiti to go to America, from Cuba to go to America, from Jamaica to go to America, from the Caribbean to go to America, from the Middle East, from everywhere in the world? People are killing themselves to go into America. And this is the same thing that happened in Germany. Everyone is killing themselves to go to this country. Why? Because they have sold you a freaking dream. A dream that has become a nightmare. And guess what? You won't even know that you have been sold a dream until you actually wake up in that dream. Right? Once you wake up and you're in that dream, then you know you're in the dream, and then you're stuck. You are now being hooked on phonics and you can't move. And this has happened to so many people, man. So many people. This is the reason why you see the mass deportation is happening to these people, because they ran to the country where they thought the dream was real, when the dream is not. Right? Now, I want to get to Second Thessalonians 2, and I'm going to read from verse 9. It says, "Even him whose coming is after the working of Satan, adversary of the Most High, with all power and signs and lying wonders." And we have seen the power, we have seen the signs, and we have seen the lying wonders. We have seen everything that these Edomites have done. We see all the tricks. We see everything. But again, it's not in everybody's. Everybody doesn't have the power, or they don't have the Holy Spirit with them to see actually the lies, the wonders, and the power that was actually bestowed upon these people. Right? And verse 10, it says, and with all deceivableness of unrighteousness in them that perish, because they receive not the love of the truth, that they might be saved. Right? Now, a lot of delusion is taking place. In fact, let me finish this one. It says, and for this cause, Yahweh shall send them strong delusion that they should believe a lie. So a lot of you Jakes, you so-called Israelites, you so-called black people, you are going to believe a lot of things that you see. And a lot of these things are not real, but you're going to believe it, right? The world, as we know it, has become a place filled with delulu people, delusional people, false reality presented as the truth. And today's day, we have a lot of media manipulation. Because why? Because the media is controlled by one set of people, right? They give you false reality, manipulation. They give you AI generated things that you all believe, right? They got this algorithm that controls what you see, that controls what they feed you, right? They give you all these lies and then you believe that it's truth, right? That's what they do. Now, this is Matthew 24 and 24. It says, for there shall arise false Christs and false prophets, and shall show great signs and wonders, insomuch that if it were possible, they shall deceive the very elect. So we see a lot of false prophets rising today. I don't know, man. When you go on TikTok at night, like it's just false prophets, false teachers making noise, not speaking the truth, right? Then you got false prophets in a lot of these camps teaching things that are not true, not speaking about the coming atrocity, Jacob's trouble, not teaching the people about the MOTB, the mark of the beast, which is the microchip. They're not doing this. Why? Because they're false prophets and false teachers. Their voice of influence, because they go out there and they influence other people in their pretty garments, in their fair speeches, right? Because a lot of you people, they want to be fed smooth information. They don't want to be taught the truth. They want to be fed smooth information. Let me grab that. uh, Isaiah 30 and 10. It says, which say to the seers, see not, and to the prophets, prophesy not unto us right things, speak unto us smooth things. So a lot of you prophets out there, you don't want to tell them the truth. You don't want to tell these people that they're wicked and they should come out of their sinful life. You don't want to tell them that. What you do though, you tell them lies, you tell them deceitful things, you tell them smooth things, because you want them to come join your congregation. It's not about joining the congregation, man. It's about telling the truth. The truth might hurt, but yo, tell them the truth same way, bro. Tell them the truth same way, man. Right? Now, this is John 8 and verse 32. It says, and he shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free. So you keep feeding these people's lies, they're not going to know what the truth looks like, man. In fact, you keep feeding these people lies, you won't even know what the truth is yourself. Yeah, let me read that again. It says John 8:32, and he shall know the truth, right? John 8 and verse 32. It says, and he shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free. So, bro, if you keep telling these people lies, if you keep telling these people smooth things and not telling them the truth, then they're going to always be trapped in this wicked society. They won't be able to escape because they don't have the truth, right? Now, this is Romans 12 and verse 2. It says, and be not conformed to this world. And how are these people going to escape from this world if they are conformed to this world? Right? Because you're not able to understand the truth. And you teachers, you false prophets, are not teaching them the truth. If you false prophets are not teaching these people the truth, then they can't, they're going to always be stuck in this world. Their mind is going to be off this world. They have no escape. It says, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, right? So you have to change your mindset. And the only way you can change your mindset is if you have right teachers. If you people are listening to the right teacher, someone who's going to teach you the truth about the scriptures, right? But be he transformed by the renewing of your mind. So meaning forget all the stupid stuff that you have learned in the past. Get your mind under the gutter. Renew your mind by coming into the truth, right? Giving your mind to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Start listening to the prophets, the true prophets of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Right? It says that he may prove what is that good, that acceptable and perfect will of Yahweh. And the good and perfect will of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai is to do what? Learn this truth as men and go out on the highways and byways and to teach. Right? Bring others to the marriage. Right? Now, this is Micah 2 and 10. It says, arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest. Right? Because it is polluted. So this world that you know today is polluted. But we can't take up ourselves and just leave this world. How? We can't. But how you going to do it? You're going to get your mind out of this filthy place. Right? You're going to start thinking more on the holy scriptures of the Bible. Right? It says, because it is polluted, it shall destroy you, even with a sore destruction. So these fake pastors, these fake teachers, these false prophets who are teaching the people smooth and deceitful things, they're only setting you up to be destroyed, man. They're only setting you up to be destroyed. Right? That's what they're doing. They're setting you up to be destroyed. Right? That's it. They're setting you up to be destroyed, man. So just remember that in today's day, we have who? We have the tight hatters, these Edomites, who have full control of all media platform, whether it be mainstream media or it be social media. So the information that a lot of us are going to be seeing going forward is going to be false information. Because why? The true information is going to be taken off the internet. Amos 8 and 11. Close it out here. Behold, the days come, saith the Lord Yahweh. The Most High is the one who's making this happen. That I will send a famine in the land. So the Most High is the one who's going to send this famine. But he's using these tight hatters to do it. Right? Not a famine of bread, nor of thirst of water, but of hearing the words of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. So you guys better get with it, man. Get with the program and come back to the good graces of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. And with that, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Kakadash. Shalom.